what is the end game for these fans? What are they just going to keep protesting? They're going to support like the players. At some point, the players need to be removed from this distraction. What's the like Kyrie, AD, Clay? It's not their fault. Their guy got traded.
No, I think probably what's going to happen, and Saturday I wasn't there. There was protest outside, but from what I heard from accounts and from watching on the broadcast, it was pretty electric in there, especially when AD's putting up Hall of Fame numbers in the first half, just racing, going end to end. He was playing. I've always thought Anthony Davis is a very boring, awesome basketball player. But in the first half of that game, he was exciting, awesome Anthony Davis. And I think people were pretty fired up.
And do you guys think Kyrie wants to stay with the Mavericks? I feel like it's a tenuous. I guess that's the evidence of Nico's relationship building is the fact that he was able to get Kyrie to this team and keep him happy and now still have him be there. But I feel like the ownership group and Kyrie don't really jive in a lot of ways.
No, it's been very confusing from day one on how that works. Like, does he really know who they are? Do they know who he is? Is he just kind of at a stage in his career where it behooves him to not be seen as the dissident because he's at the end of his earning curve?
Yeah.
I could see when we've heard from people
about winning.
Exactly.
Yeah, he also
Yeah. Exactly. But in the event that somebody who also, another team that cares about winning, can make a comparable offer to him this offseason if he opts out, I wouldn't be surprised at all. And then that's the ultimate nail in the fail, son and Nico. If Kyrie walks.
Which is also kind of crazy that your entire future is based on a guy who's already advanced age and is going to get worse and worse like as time goes on. And he's already past his peak.
He's past his peak, and as great as he's been in the room here, it's not like it would be totally out of character for him to say, I'm not feeling it anymore and just want to play somewhere else. I mean, most of his time he's been a volatile asset. So you've got a volatile asset. You've got a guy who on game one is out for the rest of the year. And then, a handful of other pieces. The whole thing is just fucked.
When has he ever been like the main leader? Also, that's the other thing.
I brought that up yesterday. I could only find one team where I considered Kyrie the best player on that team. And it was one of the Boston teams because he really hasn't.
Cavs pre-LeBron, but they were not a
and they weren't. Yeah. They were a good team where he was a lead guy. It doesn't really exist, and that's fine. They the thing that drives me crazy is they were finding everything perfect they needed next to Luka. Like every guy they found. No, Davis Bertans does not have a role on this team. You know what I mean? But Quentin Grimes or Caleb Martin does because they can create their own shot a little bit. PJ Washington is a perfect wing to play with Luka. It's just
all those guys have to downsize or down guard, which is also going to be something that I don't think they've really.
Clay should be guarding fours, not twos. Clay's way too slow to guard twos now.
Yeah, and like they're going to play a smart team that is going to like if AD's guarding fours, what four is he like? You're not gaining a lot of rim protection because you're not playing a team that's going to have two bigs in the paint.
Right.
So you're going to have like when the Lakers played Denver, as soon as Denver figured out to space out Aaron Gordon and keep him away from the dunker spot, AD's impact was minimized because he either had to he had to be on the perimeter and then it's a layup line from that point. So the one thing that the Mavericks had going for them is they had the ability to have wing defenders who could really like inhibit transition and also perimeter attacks. And now you have Clay, who's not, as much as he's played well this year, he's not someone who's going to be locked down on the perimeter, although not when there's space. Maybe AD could do that. I don't know. Like he's very big and he's very wide and he can come out, but then you're negating his real ability, which is he's the best rim defender in the NBA, bar none. So you want him near the rim. That's when you get the most value out of him. And if you play him at the four, it's challenging. I mean,
it's challenging. And I think also that skill that allows him to play the four is the first thing that's going to go.